welcome to One Girl in All the World, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer rewatch podcast where we recap each episode in order and discuss. I'm Ashley, Buffy superfan.
Kimmy, Buffy newbie.
You can find us at all major podcast apps, YouTube, and Instagram with new episodes on Tuesdays. Okay, we are here. Last season premiere.
We're doing it.
Last season. It feels like it's come very quickly, actually. Maybe not for you, but for me.
No, I mean, kind of. Yeah, like it's just, I don't know how we're here already.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah,
felt like we're on season 3 not that long ago.
Yeah,
and now we're like double that?
Yeah, there's 144 episodes and we only have 22 more to go. So we've 122 episodes we watched.
Holy crap. Okay.
That's a lot. Yeah. Okay, so season 7, everything's gonna get tied up with the last.
It's not as dark as season 6, correct?
No.
Thank God.
No, it's a lot more
with that anymore.
It's a lot more hopeful.
We like hopeful.
You have to end it like that. You can't end it like season 6.
I mean, you could technically do whatever you want.
I know, but they have more of like I don't think it ever would have ended that way. Unless it was like canceled and then they don't have a choice. But if they had a choice, they decided to end it at 7 because Sarah Michelle Gellar didn't want to do any more. Otherwise, it would have kept going. She was because she was like almost in every scene for 7 years.
I mean, that's a lot. Yeah. And she was trying to, she was doing other stuff.
Yeah, she was doing movies during the summer. And this is when she was like, I think she got married during this season to Freddie Prinze Jr. So I think she was ready to take a big break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they have kids and stuff?
Not yet. They do now. But
okay, yeah, well, that's what I mean. So at some point she wanted to have kids. So it was time for her to just move on.
Yeah. So, So this was all very premeditated, which was good. Otherwise, I mean, if she was signed on for more, there would have been more seasons. But
okay,
all right. But now we're getting new Sunnydale, so we will see Buffy again. But I think I read not till 2027.
I just read that too. Yeah. Yep.
They only done the pilot, so that makes sense. But can't wait. All right. Anyway, but we still have season 7 to go. All right. So we're at Lessons. It's our first episode of the season. And that originally aired September 24th, 2002, written by Joss Whedon, directed by David Solomon. And the synopsis is, welcome back to the Hellmouth. Dawn starts school at the newly rebuilt Sunnydale High, where Buffy patrols the new campus on lookout for anything that might be out of the ordinary. Dead people hunt Dawn and Buffy, Spike reappears, and there's a new principal at school. In England, Giles helps Willow to learn to control her power and begin to forgive herself for her actions in Sunnydale. Okay, so we start out, I know we say every season finale, every season premiere starts in a graveyard except for season 1, but technically this one doesn't. It does when we see Buffy, but we start in Istanbul.
I guess that's true, but usually, I'm trying to remember, usually we open on a graveyard scene, but is it a woman running? This opens with a woman running.
That's true. Yeah. So we're in Istanbul.
Not Buffy running, but
no, it's not Buffy. This girl is just running from something, running around, dodging something, and we see that it's robed men, two robed men.
Cloaked figures?
Yeah, cloaked or robed men chasing her, and she's running. And she's jumping up on the
drain
roof.
pipes?
she's shimmying up drain pipes. She's doing anything to get away from these guys. But they do catch her, and they stab her with a knife. So we're assuming that they kill her.
Yeah.
So they've hunted her down and killed her. And we don't learn anything more about what the heck is going on there.
But then we go to the graveyard.
Now we go to the graveyard where Buffy is teaching Dawn how to fight. So we're finally, instead of trying to keep her as far away from all this as possible, she's actually preparing her for inevitability of living in Sunnydale, which makes so much sense. Unless you're going to move somewhere else where there's a very low community population of vampires, she needs to know how to take care of herself.
Yeah.
I don't know why Buffy didn't see that to begin with, but she's finally come around.
Yeah. 3
seasons later to teach Dawn how to fight. There's a new vampire coming out of a grave, and she's saying as he's climbing out, Buffy's talking to Dawn about who has the power, and she's telling Dawn okay, he has the power even if you feel like you do. And then he's like, hey, excuse me, can you help me out? I think my foot's stuck on her root. And so she's like, you're stuck? He's like, yeah, I don't even know what's going on. So she pulls him out, and he's like, "Oh, thank you," even though it's the last thing you'll ever do.
So
I
cheesy.
I also like when Dawn says, "Oh, those like martial art skills they inevitably seem to pick up." It's like even if they had absolutely no talent for martial arts in their real life, they as soon as they are vampires, they can do martial arts,
Yeah, exactly.
which is so good.
It's
I like how
ridiculous.
that was like called out. And Buffy's like, "I'm a Slayer. You don't want me. If you want somebody's blood, you can take her." So she sends the vampire over to Dawn, and Dawn does pretty well fighting him off,
Yeah, not too bad.
pretty well. And then she tries to stake him, misses the heart,
Yep.
but then he gets the upper hand on her, and he does like
He
technically
bites,
bite
kind of
her. He
bites her.
does bite
Yeah.
her,
I was
but
like,
then
damn, Buffy.
yeah, Buffy stops him, and then Buffy fights him and decapitates him with a sword.
Right. Yeah. This kind of reminds me of like when a parent is trying to teach a child how to ride a bike and you kind of have to let them fall off.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then, you help them, you pick them up, and then it just kind of reminded me of that in this weird alternate universe
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of
Yeah, no, that's
scenario.
a good comparison. It's true. She did let it like go as far as it could without like Dawn dying, or.
Yeah. But then I thought it was really cute at the end how Buffy's like, I missed the first time too.
Yeah, I missed the heart the first time too. She's like, just the once. Like, don't get excited. She's trying to like defend like how she did everything, but Buffy says, "You did good.
Yeah.
You did pretty well for your first time."
Yeah.
So then they pack up and get to head out, and Buffy's like, "This is nothing compared to what's coming.
Something scary is
It's
coming.
something scary is back. It's back. We never once will know. It's a few days till it starts. We'll never know what's coming once it starts." And we're like, "Oh my god." What do you think they were talking about? Did you have any idea?
A big bad, or
Oh, yeah,
I don't
we did
know,
watch this together. That was nice.
something. But yeah, something very ominous. Not what it was.
Yeah. I mean, it is a big bad and ominous,
I mean, sure.
but
Yes.
it's a building.
Yes, I was expecting a building.
So let me go to the opening ceremony, the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Sunnydale High School. On the ground upon which it stood.
Why, yeah, why didn't they think to build it somewhere else? That seems like a terrible idea.
I mean, if you don't acknowledge or believe in all the stuff that's happening, I mean, I think that makes sense.
I guess, but I thought a lot of people did believe in it. Anyway.
It's like a cognitive distance.
Hmm.
I'm saying that right. Like they're just like, la 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 la, I'm going to pretend like this isn't happening. So then we go to the credits and we come back and we're in England. We are going all over the place in
Yeah.
this season.
Istanbul, Sunnydale, England.
Yeah. So this is actually Anthony Stewart Head's home in England. This is like a
Oh, wait, like in real life?
yes.
Oh.
So
Oh.
they flew out Allison Hannigan to film at his home.
Okay.
This
So
was a
not
way
Giles' home, actually Anthony Stewart Head's home.
yeah.
Hmm.
And that's his horse that he owns.
What? That's so cool. Okay.
I forget the name. I did look up the name of the horse and I can't remember. Actually, I can look it up. And because like, he's still like not a season regular and they wanted like obviously they want Giles as much as the season finale as possible. So that made final season as possible. So that made a lot of sense to do that because they had to take Willow away.
Yeah, I actually thought that was like a good
It made perfect sense.
yeah, like a good bridge for her to like she needs to take some time away from things, she needs to find herself again, she needs to figure some stuff out. So yeah, I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, so it just worked in a practical level and in the story and everything. The horse's name is Otto.
Otto, that's cute. Okay.
We love Otto. All right, so he's riding his horse and he comes up to Willow who's sitting under a tree and she's like growing a flower out of the ground.
Mhm.
That's not native to England. It's like Paraguay. And yeah, she's talking about how the coven that sent him there and gave him that magic, they've kind of like taken over rehabilitating and teaching Willow about her power and making it more like rooted in the earth. So it's basically like earth magic, which I think is the kind of the magic that all comes, I think, from the magic that she took from Giles last season.
Yeah.
It's a more like holistic, pure, unselfish kind of like magic.
White magic.
White, yeah. There you go. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. White magic. And she says that when you brought me here, I thought you were going to kill me. Or at least like lock me up forever, put me in like a magical dungeon.
I mean, I didn't think he would kill her, but
And she's like, I killed people, and he's like, do you want to be punished? And she says, I want to be Willow. Like she wants to be Willow again, but she's dealing, of course, with
like guilt.
she killed people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and he kind of like tries to reassure her that she can be Willow again.
And I love how she says he's like Dumbledore.
You went out Dumbledore on me.
And that was cute.
Yeah. So at Buffy's, Fancy Xander shows up. He got a new car because Willow like trashed his car, to be fair. A new car, suit, like moving on up, Xander is. And so he comes in to pick up Buffy and Dawn. They're getting ready for the first day of school. So Xander brings blueprints because he's managing
company?
I don't think he doesn't own it, but he's like a foreman or whatever.
Yeah.
For the construction company. And they're the ones that built the new high school. So he has an inn, which is nice. So he has the blueprints for the new school and the blueprints for the old school. And he said, I looked at the blueprints, like I've been there, like there's nothing weird that was built, no pentagrams or secret passageways or anything.
It all looks legit.
It's all up to code and normal. And then he like puts the two blueprints over each other. And he says, okay, the Hellmouth was under the library in the old school. And now it's under the principal's office.
Which is kind of weird.
So it's like he's either evil or in a lot of danger. Because we know what happened to the last two principals.
Yeah, or is there... I'm wondering if there's a third option.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's not evil and he knows. And he did that purposefully. This is my guess.
Do you think the principal had a say in the design of the school? I feel like that's unusual.
In this scene, I don't think I gave it that much thought, but after we meet the principal, there's something up with him. Like he definitely he knows what's going on, I think.
I mean, of course there's going to be.
But something. I don't think he's evil.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think he is. My initial impression.
Okay. Maybe it's because you have a crush on him, maybe.
He's kind of cute.
I think we were watching it. You were like, oh, he's cute. I think that's why.
I did say that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so and then Dawn comes down to get ready for school, and she gives Dawn a back to school gift, and she said, is it a weapon? And she's like, yes, but we don't see what it is. Dawn opens it, but we don't see what it is. So at the school, Xander drops off Buffy and Dawn. He said he's going to be on site all day, so he drives off, and Buffy walks Dawn into school, which I'm sure is...
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's exactly what every high schooler wants on their first day of high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Or ever.
So Buffy's warning her about all these things that we saw in Sunnydale previously, like invisible people, hyena people, like all these different things that we experienced on Buffy. And then we meet Principal Wood. The new principal comes up and thinks that Buffy is Dawn's mom, which she is horrified by.
Yeah, she has mom hair.
She's like, that's my hair. I have mom hair. And she's like, no, sister. He's like, oh, shit, sorry. But I do know about you, like, Miss Summers. Like, you have you used to go here and everything. She's like, yeah. And so they kind of meet, and then he goes off. And Dawn's like, okay, leave me alone. I love you. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
get out of here. Yes, bye. So Buffy just wanders the halls.
Yeah, which is also like weird.
It is extremely weird. This non-staff member adult just wandering the high school hallways.
It's not okay.
During it's not even like before school or after school, like during school.
Yeah.
I'd be like, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, like what are you doing here? You can't just walk around to school. That was just so weird. And she does all this stuff and no one says anything to her.
Yeah.
So Buffy's wandering the halls, kind of like checking things out, getting the lay of the land. And then a basketball like bounces off a locker and she sees somebody like go around a corner. So she follows that because she's like, oh, that's suspicious.
I mean, kind of.
Somebody bounced a basketball towards me and then walked away. And then she walks by the basement door. So we see Dawn starting class. It's just starting. She's in the back. And then Buffy goes into the bathroom and finds a talisman by the sink. Well, we don't know it's a talisman, but it's pretty obvious it's a talisman from like right away.
Yeah.
We know. Yeah. Like if I was Buffy, she knows better than this. I would have immediately ripped that thing in half. Immediately. But she's like kind of like she sees it, she's kind of like, what's that? But she doesn't get much time with it because these ghosts or zombies or some kind of
something
things, like dead people in some form or another, like appear and scare her. And there's a girl saying like, "Oh, basically you failed to protect me. Like I died here and you didn't protect me." And then this older guy that's dead, and he's like, "Get out, get out, get out!" And Buffy's just like, "Ah!" Like I thought Buffy would like on reflex like punch, like throw a punch.
Yeah.
But she kind of just goes, "Ah!" Like cowers.
She's scared. Yeah.
She's scared, but then she looks up and they're gone. And they're gone. She's by herself. Oh my God. Okay.
So the scene is so painful.
And we might think it is painful, but it might be more painful for me for different reasons. I think that okay.
Why?
So I think Dawn is more cringe than Buffy in this scene, to be honest.
She 100% is.
Okay. I thought maybe you just meant like Buffy coming in and everything. Okay, so we're in the classroom.
Dawn.
The teacher does the dreaded, let's go around and introduce ourselves.
Yeah, that's lame.
Oh, why? Stop. So it's Dawn's turn. She gets up and she starts giving.
She needs to try to be cool.
Oh, it's so cringe, and they're all like, "Hey." She's like, "I'm into Britney Spears' early work before she sold out." What else did she say?
So cool. I don't know because I tuned out after that.
She's like, "I'm really into like macaroni art, very underrated." Oh, she is insufferable.
It's like when people think they're cool.
Trying way too hard.
Like, I'm not cool though, but I'm cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, don't do that.
She's lucky that Buffy burst in and saved her from herself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very cringe intro. But Buffy barges in and it's like, Dawn!
You're in danger.
It's not safe. And she looks around, the teacher's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I help you?" And she's like, "Oh, I just thought you were in danger of smoking." And then she like walks out, and Dawn's like, "I also have a sister." You know what, Dawn, she did you a favor.
Sit down now.
She did you a favor.
You're done.
And then Buffy's like, "I'll be around." I'd be like, "Ma'am, you have to leave. Like, the whole campus. You can't just like walk around." It's crazy. So we go to the espresso pump, and Hallie and Anya are having coffee. This is the first time we've seen Anya. She's a brunette again.
Yeah, I like her hair, actually. I think I like the brunette.
And Hallie says that Anya has gone soft, basically, with her vengeance.
She's had no deaths, no eviscerations.
Yeah, she's not being creative with anything. And she said when the person does wish for something creative, you don't really do it.
Yeah.
Because this woman wished that her boyfriend or husband or whatever was a frog. You made him French. She just doesn't really have the like bloodlust anymore.
Yeah.
That she used to have. But she doesn't say that. She's like, "No, I am 100% on the vengeance thing. Like that whole Vander thing was a phase. That whole like human thing was a phase. And like now I'm 100% vengeance again." She's like, "No, you're not. I'm girl to girl. I'm telling you, you know, they're not happy. Like the Halfred and the lower beings are not happy with your performance.
Yep.
And it's not a good time to be a good guy. It's a bad time to be a good guy because something's coming. Something's rising. Like all the demons can like feel it." So at school, Buffy goes to Xander right away and tells him about the zombie ghosts. And Xander's like, "Of course."
They seem dead and pissed.
Dead and pissed. That's the common denominator. We don't know if they're zombies or if they're ghosts. And Buffy's like, "The school was built again here for a reason. Like it was rebuilt right now for a reason." So in class, Dawn is sitting there and there's like a guy next to her, obviously, and he asks for a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives him the pencil, and then when she looks at him again, he's like dead, and he stabs her in the eye with a pencil. And she, of course, reacts and falls out of the seat, screaming. And the teacher, of course, everyone jumps up. The teacher runs over. Is like, "Whoa, are you okay? Are you okay?" And
she realizes like it didn't actually happen.
Yeah, it didn't actually happen. Her eye's fine. The guy's not there.
No, yikes.
He was never there.
Awkward.
But I will give Dawn this. That was a good save. Yeah. She says that it was a bee in her face, and she's very allergic.
Yeah, that was a really good save. I would have just been like, ah.
People die. People that are allergic to bees die from bee stings.
For sure.
So I think that was a good save from her. Mm-hmm. She redeemed herself a little bit from that cringe. So I thought that was a good one. So she's like, okay, can I go to the bathroom? He's like, yeah, okay. And when she leaves though, someone says, oh, look, it seems like it runs in the family.
Yeah, that sucks.
So
So she's gonna have a hard time.
yeah. So she goes to the bathroom and she hears crying, but she like looks under the stalls and she doesn't see anybody.
Yep.
So in the hall, Buffy runs into Principal Wood
The
again.
principal again.
What
are you doing here?
Yeah, I love it. He's like, people usually graduate. They usually go somewhere else.
Yeah, they don't.
So he does say like, why are you here? And he says, you know what? I do know more about you than I let on. I've read your file. I was told to like read your file. So in the bathroom, Dawn actually opens all the doors and finds a girl sitting like up on the toilet, like crouching on the toilet, crying.
I was wondering if she was going to be another one of those dead people.
Yeah. She's crying and she's like, someone's in here. And Dawn's looking like, no, there's no one here. And she's like, I'm Dawn. This girl is named Kit. And she's like, come on, like, we'll leave together. So they start to like walk out and they see all the ghosts that we've seen so far in the mirror. And they try to run out of the bathroom. Hands like burst out of the floor, like grab their legs and everything.
And pull them down, basically. They fall
and the floor collapses.
Yep.
And they fall through. So in England, Willow feels something. Like when this is all like starting to like happen, Willow feels it. She like feels the earth because she's like, oh, before it was all like, oh, the earth is so like natural and root system. I mean, how many times we hear root system in this episode? Root system. And then she says, but there's also like a deep, deep dark, like a very dark place. And she's like, it's the Hellmouth.
She's like, I saw its teeth.
Yeah, the earth's teeth. And the Hellmouth is going to open again.
It's going to open and swallow us all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's very ominous.
Yeah. So in the basement, Dawn and Kit like wake up because they've been knocked out, and they try to find the stairs. And then Kit says she saw a girl saying that everyone dies here. And then they run into the guy that Buffy was following. Just another student.
Yep.
And they're like, are you dead? Are you dead? No, okay, so everyone's alive. Those three. And he said, I saw someone. I came down here to smoke. I saw someone. I thought he was just a janitor, but he was dead.
Yeah.
And then he ran and got all like turned around and lost. Yeah. So Dawn says, you know what? Like, it's okay. Like I have a plan or something. So Dawn pulls out a cell phone.
This is her weapon.
Buffy, and finally, you know how many episodes would be solved in like 2 minutes if Buffy had a cell phone or a car. It's like crazy that she doesn't like. This is the first episode that she's had one of the two. So she calls Buffy. Buffy is still talking to Principal Wood, and so she takes it, and she has to kind of pretend that her dog. She's like the dog emergency. And then she's like three dead. And she's like, oh my God. And then he hears and is like, oh my God, your dogs all died. And she's like, oh, I gotta go. And then she just heads down the hallway. But yes, just try, like just wander around this school as an adult. Okay, that's not even all right, he just lets her go. And then in the basement, one of the dead ghosts grabs Dawn by the throat, so it gets them. Buffy jumps into the basement. She comes into the bathroom, jumps into the basement. She's looking for Dawn. She sees the ghosts, and they're all saying, "You let us die here. You let us die. You let us die." And he's like, "It's a maze down here. Like you'll never find her. You'll never find your way out." And Buffy's like, "I don't care. Like I'm very sorry that you died, but I'm here now. So like let my sister go." And they're all standing in a row, and she's like, "I think you're blocking that door behind you. I think that's what you're trying to hide, like keep me from." So she fights them. She's trying to fight them, get to the door, and then she succeeds, and she throws the door open, and there's Spike.
Yeah. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
And he's all weird and Drusilla-y.
His hair is grown out, even though his hair's not supposed to grow. But it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's not supposed to breathe either, but he's breathing, obviously. Mm-hmm. And he'll be out of breath and stuff, but like, obviously. But yeah, his hair is not supposed to grow because he's dead. What a commitment. Like, you do anything with your hair, if you're a vampire, you better be prepared to live with it forever.
Yeah, I guess so. I hadn't thought about that.
Like you cut it, it ain't growing anymore.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess not because his hair is grown out, and So Buffy locks
Maybe
that
he got
door behind her.
extensions.
Maybe he did. Buffy locks the door behind her, and Spike is just talking gibberish.
Nonsense.
He's channeling Drusilla, and he has his like shirt open, and she opens his shirt, and there's like all these like deep cuts like over his heart, and she said, "What did you do?" He said, "I tried to cut it out." And then Dawn calls, and she says, "Okay, they like locked us in this room by the furnace, and then they left." And she's like, "I don't know what it is. I don't know what they are." And then Spike says, They're manifest spirits.
Sounds like poltergeist, basically.
Manifest spirits, brought by a talisman for vengeance." And Dawn's like, "Who's there?" She's like, "Oh, no one, no one." She doesn't tell her that Spike's down there. And then she's like, "Talisman, a talisman." She's like, "Okay, yeah." In the bathroom, there was a talisman. So she calls Xander to go get the talisman and destroy it. She tells Dawn to find a weapon. So in the like room by the furnace, Dawn and the others find some bricks. So they put it in one of their bags. And then the ghosts come back. And he said, "We picked you to come down here, like to kind of lure you down here. Because you're the ones no one will miss. Like it's the outcasts." Yeah. But Dawn starts to fight them, but thankfully Buffy comes at the last minute. And she fights with that bag full of bricks. One of the most, like...
It's unique
weapons that we've seen in the show. A bag full of bricks. Yeah. I put Buffy fights with a bag of bricks. LOL. Yeah, Xander comes into the bathroom. He sees, like, the big missing floor. And he's like, "Ooh, contracty goodness," because he knows he'll get paid to fix it. I'd be like, if it's the first day of this school being open and the floor collapses, I'm not paying you to fix it.
No, exactly. You should just fix that shit.
You should fix it. But then he's like, "Okay, no, talisman." So he like scoots around the hole, and then he grabs it, he's about to break it, but then that girl ghost like jumps on his back.
Jumps him, yeah.
Then Buffy's still fighting them down in the basement, but he does manage to get the talisman again, and he breaks it, and they all disappear. They all disappear. So they're back upstairs, and Buffy tells the three of them, like, "You'll be okay as long as you stick together." And the boy, what was his? I can't remember his name. Was like, "Oh man, you're the coolest mom ever," and gives her a hug. She's like, and Dawn's like, "Ouch." So they take off and they go to class, and then Principal Wood comes up and he's like, "Wow, I just like those kids, those other two have like their file rivals yours with how thick it is, like how much trouble they get into, and you have them hugging and going to class."
Yeah,
like, I think they're going to class, and so he basically offers her a job as not a counselor. She's like, "We have a guidance counselor, but someone to like the kids can come to like more informally, closer to their age."
Also, we can't afford a guidance counselor salary, so.
Well, he says they have one. He says, "We have a guidance counselor."
Well, usually most schools have more than one. Mine did.
Yeah.
My school was small and we had like 3.
I think we had 1.
Really? My school had like 1,000 people in it and there were 3 guidance counselors.
No, we didn't. I don't even know how many people we had in my school. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like he kind of like said something about like a community outreach role, kind of. He talked about it. Someone that's like closer to their age that they can like come to with less like pressure. That he thinks they'll be more willing to confide in her than the guidance counselor.
She's like a cool mom.
Yeah. And he says it's only a couple days a week. It's not great pay. But yeah, Buffy's like, absolutely. Like, I'm going to do it. She wants to be in the school, but I guess she could just walk around every day anyway. But she wants to be in the school to keep an eye on things. And obviously she needs the money.
Yep.
So I think she is going to do part-time at like double meet and part-time there.
Yep.
Maybe.
Good work.
Okay. And then in the basement, Spike is just like crouched down and like muttering to himself.
Yeah. He's saying she won't understand.
Yeah. And then Warren shows up, is talking, and then he morphs into Glory. And she says, "It's more than flesh and blood." And then she morphs into Adam. And he says, like, you and Buffy are where I both, like, want you, like, where you both belong. And then he morphs into the mayor. And then he morphs into Drew. And then Drew morphs into the master. And then the master's talking about back to the beginning. Not a bang, not a word, but the true beginning. It's not about right, it's not about wrong. And then the master morphs into Buffy and says it's about power. So good.
I don't understand what any of that means.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
And that's the end of the episode. Great end of the episode.
Amazing interesting end of the episode.
You're like watching this and you're like, what the heck?
Exactly.
We just saw like all these people. And the fact that they even got all these actors back like for this scene.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Great.
Yeah.
It is nuts. And yeah, so that's the end of the episode. Very, very good, like setting up the whole season, like kind of getting ready to tie up the whole show. Mm-hmm. That. Okay, so my favorite quote was, I had two. One was like a serious one was a funny one. It was, it's not about right, it's not about wrong, it's about power, that we hear at the end. And then, Peachy with a side of Keen, that's me. Buffy says, Peachy with a side of Keen, that's me.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then that last scene was my favorite by far. Yeah, it was just so cool seeing everyone back, and like the collective they talked in like a bit of riddles, mm-hmm. Which all makes sense later on. But I think it was just like a perfect setup for like what's going to happen in the season, and tying it all together with all the different big bads and stuff.
Yeah,
chef's kiss. I love that scene. Yeah.
Okay. My favorite line was, they're talking about breakfast and she said, I made cereal. And he's like, how did you make cereal? And she's like, I put the box near the milk. I saw it on the Food Channel.
I loved that. That was so good. That was right before the Peachy Keen
that was really
comment.
Cute. Yeah. Peachy
with the side of Keen. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
And then I think actually my favorite scene was at the beginning when Dawn is teaching, or Buffy is teaching Dawn how to fight.
That was very good.
That was a good scene. I like that scene.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
It's good to see that. It was good to see that like immediately follow up from like the last serious conversation they had.
Yeah.
And like the end, like they right away we see it like being followed through.
Exactly.
I gave it a 4.7.
Okay.
Sunnydale High is back. That's a big deal. A new principal, big deal. You know, the principal's always complicated. Mm-hmm. This whole thing about like, going back to the beginning, that ties into so much stuff because we've seen all the big bads. We're going back to Sunnydale High School, like which we obviously started the show at. Like it's just like this whole season I think comes full circle really well with the whole show. I like seeing all the big bads back. I think the thing that kind of knocked out, I feel like the running around the basement thing went around a little too long for me.
Yeah, 100%.
So that kind of like, especially when you've seen it a few times, I'm like, okay, yep, running around the basement. And Spite being crazy, I think definitely tracks with what we know.
Yeah.
So we didn't want him to be just like, hey, Buffy, totally normal. Yeah, so I think basically they knocked it down. I just think like the basement thing just went on for a little too long. And got a little boring.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm torn between a 4.5 and a 4.6. We'll just call it a 4.6. It's fine. I thought it was pretty good. Like a solid opener. It's got some stuff, you know, like I'm thinking like, what's going on? So we got that thing in Istanbul. Like, what is that? The new principal. What's going on with that? Spike. What's going to go on with that? And what was that ending?
Yeah.
So there's a lot like left. I mean, it's only the beginning of the season, so we have 21 episodes to, you know, learn more. But I'm just like, okay. So yeah, it got me. I'm hooked. Like I want to know what's going to happen next, which is good. I just kind of felt like the whole poltergeist or whatever, manifest spirits or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't my favorite plot line. Especially because like, it just seemed, they're just like, you failed to protect me. And then like, that was it. Like we didn't get any sort of backstory or anything. And it was just, like you said, the basement thing just went on way too long. So it was just like, I don't know. That part was just okay. But everything else was cool. Yeah.
And I also feel like, since you're just talking about that, I feel like also Buffy, like, I don't know. I feel two ways about it, I guess. Buffy, like, didn't seem to care at all that they died. Like, she was like, I'm sorry for your loss.
Exactly.
Like, was annoyed about it. And it's like, she's like in earlier seasons and stuff, she's grappled with not being able to save everyone.
Yeah.
And she's being faced right now with people she wasn't able to save.
And she's just like, whatever about it.
Yeah. That was a bit weird.
So yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that whole plot line. Yeah. Anyway, but.
All right. So the next episode is Beneath You. There is a dog in this episode. Guess their name.
The name of the dog?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's probably not going to be Sunny. Dog name Toto. It's probably not Toto, but
should have been.
We're gonna go with Toto.
That's what their name should have been. It should have been.
Should have been Sunny.
Yeah. So okay, I will say this as a hint. This dog has the same name of one of Sarah Michelle Gellar's kids.
Oh geez, I don't know her kids' names. Oh, that's funny though. She didn't have kids yet.
No.
So she named her kid after the dog, or did she get to name the dog in this episode? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't think she named it after this dog. I'm sure she doesn't even remember the name of the dog.
I mean, you know what though? What if she got to name the name of the dog because that was like her favorite name, and then she ended up naming her kid that later?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Unless it's just a weird generic name, or normal like a.
It's not that generic.
No.
No.
It's not like Christopher.
No, it's not. It's not like one of her kids has a very common name, and one of them has an uncommon name.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So
well, she probably did not name her kid Toto. But I'll just leave it for that.
That's what we're going with. We're going with Toto. It's locked in. Too late. Okay. All right. So that wraps up season 7, episode 1, Lessons. Again, you can find us on all major podcast apps and YouTube and Instagram. One Girl in All the World Pod. You can also email us at onegirlpod@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with season 7, episode 2, Beneath You. See you real soon. Bye.